so that was really freaking hard to go running. But like I said in my last story, I promised myself in my head that I would work out today. And even though I did drink a lot more than I have in a very long time this weekend, and I did not want to go running and I didn't want to do anything, I honestly was just like, I want to lay in the sun and do absolutely nothing today. I got up and did a 5K, and I'm about to lift some weights, and I am proud of myself for doing that. But more importantly, I am living in alignment with what I promised myself, right? So I think, and I've talked about this so many times on here about integrity, but your integrity, which is when your words and your actions match each other, right? So if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And why it's important is because you have to know that what you say to yourself and what you put out into the world, you can trust, right? Like if I say I'm going to go running and then I don't go running, I can't trust myself to make a decision. That messes up my entire mental state because I have not followed through with my own promise to myself, let alone the promises that I make in the world. So it's super fucking important to live with integrity, but it's your character, right? So when you're in any relationship, friendships, family, whatever, and you're saying one thing but doing the opposite, that relationship does not have trust, because the person that is receiving the promise and you're not fulfilling it, they now question you and your integrity and your character and your trustworthiness, and it speaks massive volumes to you if you do not live with integrity. And I mean, I don't know, I just see people always doing this, and from minute things. I was talking about this weekend, but and I think I've said it on here before, but if I set an alarm in the morning and then I hit snooze 10 times, I've already broken a promise to myself, because my promise was that I was going to get up at 5:30, and now I'm getting up at 6:30. I've already started my day off not freaking following through, right? That sets up your whole day. It sets up everything. So from the littlest things like setting your alarm to the massive things like, I don't know, committing to somebody and saying you're going to stay loyal or whatever, and then you cheat and do all these things, there are all these scales of integrity, but keep your promises to yourself, right? It's so freaking important, and it drives me freaking nuts when I see people do this. Even, when I run into people and I say, hey, we should catch up sometime and get a drink, and then that never happens, I try not to do that anymore. If I say out loud, let's catch up, I do my damnedest to try to follow through with those plans. Even if it was just something that I said and didn't mean or whatever it is, I'm like, bitch, you said that out loud. You need to go and follow through with that, or figure out a way to undo what you said, because I don't want to be a person that says things in the world and they're like, yeah, she always says that. She never follows through. She's a flake. I don't want that to be my character. So I try to say things and actually do them regardless of how I'm feeling that day. Regardless if I don't want to, I push myself to get past the point of whatever it is that's keeping me from doing it, so that I can keep my promises to myself. And that's really freaking important. So if today, on a Monday especially, because we all know how Mondays are, you are not keeping your promises to yourself, this is a reminder. Keep your promises to yourself. Live with integrity. Nobody wants to be in situations where they're dealing with somebody without integrity, right? And by the way, some signs of that, if you are checking people's phones, if you are checking people's social media, if you are checking exes, this, that, whatever it is, if you are messaging people and DMing people when you are in a relationship, if you are doing any of those things, you need to check your integrity and your relationship, right? Because I have been through this. I've seen so many people go through this, and I'm like, you're not dating someone that's trustworthy if you have to do all these things to prove to yourself that they love you. So let's not do that anymore. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. Okay? Let's live with integrity. Let's stop dating people without integrity. Let's all have better lives. That's the goal.